Hi friends, I am Shiva. In this session, we will learn exceptions. So, in my previous class, we started predefined exception. In the predefined exception, we already learned no data found, too many rows, and duplicate well on the index. We already learned. So, in this session, we will learn zero divide, invalid cursor, cursor already open, invalid number, and value error. Let's we go for that next one, zero divide. So when this error will be getting means when we are divisible by 0, when by division by 0, then this error will be getting. Okay, let's see for that where it is getting. For instead of this error message, which user friendly message we should display instead of this predefined oracle message. Okay, let's we go for this one. See, observe in this example, declare. In the declare session, I declare variable a, data type and size with 10. Then in the begin session, I here use a variable. In that a variable assign 20 by 0. So when division by 0, so then this error will be raising in the oracle. Okay, so for example, if I want to know, for example, it is divided by 0, so the result will be assigning into in this. Okay, so the value should display on the PLSQL environment, for example, or else the error will be displayed in this. For instead of this error message, if you want to handle the exceptions, we should use this exception. When zero division, the same name you have to use this, you have to use here, zero divide. Then instead of this message, we have to display this plain text message, not perform division with 0. Okay, so we have to know as a real time. So instead of that message which where it is getting this error, we will find, then instead of that, instead of this message, we should display this plain text message by using exceptions. Okay, so we'll see as a real time what is happening. So till this one I'm copy, go to our tool. Okay, now end. Now see, divisor is equal to 0. So this message, this oracle message will be displayed. So instead of this message, I want to display our user friendly message should display on the PLSQL environment instead of this message. So what we will do for that? So that we implemented the exception. In the exception, when 0 divide, then this message should display on the PLSQL environment, not perform division with 0 by using this statement. Okay, now see, the same program I'm copy here. The previously this message we got, so same program I'm paste here. Now see which is the message you got now. The previously you got this, so now instead of this message we got this message. Okay, not perform division with 0. Okay, this is a zero divide. So let's next one is invalid cursor. So this is the predefined oracle error. So these predefined exceptions, instead of this message, I want to display the plain text message. How this error will be getting in the real time will find, and instead of this error error message, I want to display our plain text message. Okay, for that we will see this example. Declare. In the declare session, I declare the cursor. See here, what is the main intentions to invalid cursor? What is the main intention to raising this error means? By mistakenly you did not open the cursor. You close the cursor, but you did not open the cursor in the program. So the moment this error will be raising. See, has a practically observe in this program. Declare. In the declare session, I declare the cursor. Cursor name C1 is select star from EMP1. Now I declare the variable I EMP1 percentage row type. Now in the begin session I used the loop. In that loop what will happen? In the loop what will happen? Fetch. When will fetch the data? Go to here, executing this SQL query and storing into whatever the result will be getting, the result will be storing into cursor memory area. This cursor memory area, the result will be storing into cursor memory area. Then the pointer will be pointing to first record. Okay, the record will be fetch and storing into in this PLSQL variable. But now in this case I open the loop, but I did not open the cursor here. Directly fetch the data. So how we can fetch the data? Here we did not open the cursor. How we can fetch the data into storing into cursor memory area? So that is not possible, because before fetching we have to open the cursor, but in this program we did not open the cursor. Okay, by mistakenly we did not open the cursor. Just imagine. So now here fetch and exit from the cursor when C1 percentage not found. Then we use this statement dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Now I dot ename I dot char, then loop. Close the loop. Here open the loop. Now here close the loop. Now I close the cursor, but we did not open the cursor, but here I close the cursor. But now for handling this kinds of errors, instead of this invalid cursor predefined message, predefined error, I want to display this plain text message. So by using this exception, when getting invalid underscore cursor, then we should display this message. Okay, so we'll see as a practically by executing this program when it will be getting this error, but instead of this error, so which plain text message we should display, we'll see as a practically. For that what I'm doing here, simply copy this program till this. So this exception will see. So instead of that one where it will handle, we'll see, but before that, now see I'm end. Now see. So now see invalid cursor. Why invalid cursor? Here we did not open the cursor, but we fetched the data, exit from the cursor memory area, and we use this statement and loop also end. This one also we are use loop. Here also end the loop and close the cursor, but here did not open the cursor, so that this error will be raising invalid cursor. Okay, so instead of this invalid cursor message, I want to display the plain text message. For that what we will do, we have to use the exceptions for handling these errors. Okay, so for that what I am doing, I used these exceptions here. So when getting invalid cursor, then we should display this plain text message by using this statement. First we must open the cursor. We should display this plain text message. For that what I am doing here, simply copy the same program, go to our environment and paste here. Now see here, now see, first we must open the cursor. Okay, this one is the invalid cursor. Next, cursor already open. So when this error will be raising, we'll see as a practically. So this observe in this program. So here declare in the declare session I declare some cursor and I declare some variable. In the begin session I open the cursor. Now use the loop and fetch the data from the cursor memory area into storing into I PLSQL variable of I. Now exit from the cursor. Now use this statement and display the output in the PLSQL environment. Okay. Now here use loop. Now end the loop. Open C1. Now here I did not close the cursor. Now open the cursor, but I did not close the cursor. So again I open the cursor. Now I close the cursor. Okay. So usually when we are open the cursor, then when it is task will be over, immediately we should close the cursor before reopen the cursor. Okay. Now we should use the close the cursor. Okay. Now we did not close the cursor, again I reopen the cursor. Now I close the cursor here. So instead then the moment will raising this error, cursor already open. Okay. Now see, so instead of that message I used the exceptions. In the exception part I used this error message. Instead of this error message I should display this plain text message. First we must close the cursor before open the cursor. So here open the cursor, then we can close the cursor. If you want to reopen the cursor, before reopen the cursor we must close the cursor. Whatever the previously you opened, then you must close, then reopen the cursor, then again close the cursor. Okay. But you did not close the cursor. The previously you opened but you did not close the cursor, then this error will be raising. Okay. See has a practically where it is getting. So I'm copy this program, tell this program. So now see here. The previously we fetch the data. Now open the cursor, go to here declare session, executing this query, storing into cursor memory area, now fetching one by one and storing into variable I. So now using this statement, exit from the cursor memory area, using this statement and displaying on the PLSQL environment. So till this one the data will be displayed. Okay. Now see, I already here loop will be end, here loop and loop will be end. So again here reopen the cursor. Before reopen this cursor we should close the cursor, then reopen the cursor. But I did not close the cursor, then again I reopen the cursor, then close the cursor. So that this here after displaying this much of records, then display this error, your cursor already open. Okay. Instead of this message I want to display the as a plain text message, then we can go for the exceptions. So for that I used this exception. In the exception part, when getting the cursor already open, instead of that message we have to display this plain text message. We must close the cursor before reopen the cursor. Okay. Now see the same program I am copy here, go to our tool, then see. So on type the data will be displayed from the first open the cursor, the next one again and reopen the cursor. Though instead of this message, now here display this plain text message. First we must close the cursor before reopen the cursor. Okay, this message. Okay, this one is called cursor already open. The next one is invalid cursor. Now see, for handling this invalid cursor you have to observe in this program. So in the begin session, insert into emp1 ename, emp number, ename and shall. Now see here values I am inserting 1. This is in the emp number column I am inserting 1. Now ename column I am inserting Shiva, and shall column I am inserting ABC. But in that shall column, which data type we have? Number data type. By using the number data types, only the numbers only allowed to storing this in this shall column. Correct? Now see, I am inserting this string data. Correct? In this column, shall column, I am trying to storing the string data. That is accept? No, that is not accept in the shall column, because the shall column is consisting number data type. So that the moment will be raising invalid number, error message will be raising. Okay, instead of that message, when this message will be raising, I am using this exception. When getting the invalid number, then we should display insert proper data only. We should display this message. Okay, so the same program here, the same program you have to see as a practically same program till this one only copy, go to our tool and try to execute it. Now see invalid number, you are observed invalid number, this error will be raising. So instead of this error message, I want to display the plain text message. What is that? Insert proper data only. This plain text message I should display. For that I am using this exception. In the exception part I am using invalid number. When getting this error, instead of that error message, I want to display this plain text message. Insert proper data only. The same program I am copy this one. Go to our tool. I am executing. Now see insert proper data only. Okay, this one is called invalid number. So let's we go for the other one is value error. Now see, when this error will be raising, you have to observe in this program. Declare, in the declare session I declare the a variable, data type 10, number data type and size with 10. In the begin session, this is a variable. In that a variable I am inserting here in the runtime I am entering the values %x and place %y. Okay, now I am using this statement. Then whatever the values you have after enter the runtime values, the values will be calculated and storing into variable of I. The I variable I used same here. Now displaying. For example, if you enter in the runtime number value, that will be calculated storing into variable of I, variable of A. Okay, now if I want to enter in the runtime values has a characters, so the moment will be error is raising, value underscore error message will be raising. So instead of that message, using this exception, in the exception part I am using this value underscore error. Instead of this error message, I want to this plain text message. Enter a numeric data value for the x and y only. So I want to display this plain text message. For that we are going to use these exceptions. So see has a practically what is happened till this program, till this one I am copy this one, see has a practically. So now using end, now entering 1 0, okay, 1 2. So now it will be displaying the 22 because we already used the data type is number, so that it will accept the numbers. But I am trying to inserting the characters. try to inserting character, then what will happen, you have to see. The same program I am executing by using forward slash, so A then B. So this message will be raising number or value error, character to number conversion error. So this is the message will be getting when you are entering the characters. So instead of this error message, I want to display the plain text message. Then what we will do? So we have to go for the exception. Instead of this error, we have to display our plain text message. So we are using this exception. In that exception, when getting value error, then we have to display this plain text message. Enter numeric data value for x and y. Okay, x and y only. So by using this statement. Now see as a practically the same program and copy this one, go to our tool. Now enter A then B. Then what is happened? You have to see. Enter numeric data value for x and y. Okay, this instead of this one. So in the previously you got this, but instead of this error message, I want to display this plain text message. Now we got or not? Okay. So this one is the predefined exception. In the predefined exception, we have a 20 predefined exceptions in the Oracle. Among those 20 predefined exceptions, we already discussed 8 predefined exceptions. Okay, these are the mostly useful in the Oracle. These are the regularly occurred these errors. So instead of this error message, so I want to display the plain text message. How we will display for the plain text message, we will learn till now. Okay, the next one is we'll discuss user defined exception. So this expression we will learn in the next session. Thanks for watching my classes. If you likes my classes, please subscribe my channel, share and comments and like.